Doing great. So, is this Lutz?
This is Lutz.
What's up, Lutz? Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for being here.
Gosh, guys, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry I'm late. Is Pirate Jane here? My homie from MoneroCon.
Oh, Queen Jane? Yeah, she's here. She's not in the chat, but she's...
All right, well, definitely. Hey, Pirate Jane, awesome. She was a person to introduce me to Pirate Chain at the MoneroCon conference.
Oh, wow.
We smoked a nice joint, and she explained it to me, and I was hooked. Yeah, it was incredible. It was incredible. It was at the Casa de Monero, and so it was awesome. It was really interesting because all these people were congregating around Jane, talking about this weird pirate technology, and that's where I learned about it.
Ah, nice, good, man. She's actually a captain here. She's one of the head people. She's implementing I2P into the core for us. Probably won't be done for like 6 months, but we just
awesome
about all that. Yeah. So most coins have Tor implemented already. We're going to have I2P, which is, I don't know if you know the difference, but it's like a next level.
Right on. Yeah, I really like her 7 Cs. That's like the one I recommend the most.
Oh, do you? All right. Well, it hasn't been updated in a while, so we try not to recommend that one.
Is that it? Okay, good. I'm happy to be here.
So welcome to Pirate Chain. You can see everybody here has been waiting for you. And
I'm so sorry, guys.
It's okay.
I thought it was 6 p.m.
We had one of the best
Central Time, and
we had one of the best meetings in a long time. That hour you were gone.
You guys
being late, you owe everyone $500 each.
Okay, sounds good. I think that's fair. Hey, look, I definitely. I mean, you guys have so much to be excited for. It's really rare that we would be so hardcore at the Crypto Vigilante and Dollar Vigilante for any small cap coin. And what you guys are working on and creating is it's mind-boggling. And so it's I think the moment now is just to like keep hitting home runs, right? Because it's like in any ball game, right? Momentum wins the game, right? And you guys started off with like an amazing momentum. You guys are just coming in hard. So to just keep pushing that momentum forward, man, like hard, because we're rooting for you guys. And I think this community is only going to get bigger and better as time goes on. Because, I'm speechless. I'm very honored to be here. I really am very honored to be here. Thank you guys so much for having me. Pirate Jane, thank you. Yeah, Queen Jane, thank you so much for introducing me to Pirate Chain. After she introduced me to Pirate Chain, it took me a year of research, and I kept bringing it back up to the guys. Yo, guys, let's look at this. Let's get into this. And I sat down Mr. X, and we just went into it.
The whole time
and then Mr. X, Mr. X.
I thought it was me who brought it.
You brought it. No, you thought it was you, but I had already been on our radar. It was just that we were keeping it hush hush because we can't throw our support again after anything. After we inspect everything about it, you know what I mean? So
Mr. X was like, "Shut up, Lutz."
Yeah, well, Mr. X was like, this is the thing with Mr. X. He's just one of those guys that like is very detailed oriented, kind of like the typical like urchin, programmer engineer mind, right? So he's very detailed oriented, and he's very precise and thorough, extremely thorough. So it was very interesting because when we were doing research for it, I did my regular amount of research that I do for. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Perfect.
Okay. I did my regular amount of research that I would regularly do for any crypto, then, and usually these reports are around 15 pages, max. I mean, and they're usually around 10, 15 pages. Then it was, I did my part, and then X came in. I never seen him dig in so hard on anything that he's looked into before, because he loves Monero. Mm-hmm. So when he grabbed this, he just zeroed in on it, and it took, and then he's a perfectionist, so he really needed all of his questions answered. So he went in deep, and he compared and juxtaposed Pirate Chain in every single aspect to every other, to Monero, to Zcash. So he ended up really being like the gut author of this. What became, like, I think now it's like in my opinion, is like an amazing guide to Pirate Chains. It became a 72-page report. Mammoth. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've seen it, right, Lutz? You read it?
I can neither confirm nor deny that I can.
Okay, so it was such a badass, like, it was just intense. It was so badass that, like, the report on Pirate Chain was so badass. It is so badass, and we're so proud of it. One of our subscribers grabbed it and did a 3-hour and 49-minute video of it on YouTube, where he reads the whole thing, and he just comments all the way. And he's also a very smart guy. You can tell that this guy knows his stuff. And he's just going through it and making comments and being very critical, which is what we love, you know. He's critical. And at the end, he's very surprised, and he really enjoys it. He really gives it a good thumbs up. So yeah, guys, congratulations. You guys are involved in a project that is, if only there was this much excitement for R as there is for DeFi, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah, right. We wish, but you know what? We're working on that too. We have a war token coming out that will be a 1-to-1. So we will be there too, and we'll give those DeFi people a way to hide their money.
That's awesome. Congratulations. That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
So, but we're here to talk about you. So let's talk about the dollar vigilante, the crypto vigilante. I think some people are confused about the similarities in the two. You know, some think it's a separate project. I know it is the same project. You know, I'm not sure if you have a pet named Lucy, but everybody in the crypto vigilante has a pet named Lucy.
I have a pet named Satoshi, but not Lucy.
So tell us in general about what you guys do there. What is you know, what do you love about working there? You know, tell us about what Crypto Vigilante does.
Okay, so the Crypto Vigilante is an anarcho-capitalist approach to fundamental analysis and technical analysis, with an emphasis on Austrian economics as like the lens through which we see the market. Let me just break it down really simply. Vast majority of people in business and finance are not comfortable with the concept or the idea of human beings being completely free in the market. Just think about that for a second. That's really wild, right? That the vast majority of people in finance and legacy business are not comfortable with human beings being free in the market. That's bizarre to us. So we know that when all these people have been indoctrinated by these indoctrination institutions, when they come into crypto, they're going to carry in that mentality of you cannot be free in the market, because this is what they're told they want to in business school or in any type of faculty in any college, right? That they have to like bend the knee to authority all the way through. So you have something so precious like cryptocurrency. You have to give it its proper stage. And so the Austrian School of Economics and the libertarian mindset behind it, it is the stage for cryptocurrency. And if anything, I would argue that the Austrian School of Economics is one of the foundations of cryptocurrency in general. And if you see the history of cryptocurrency before Bitcoin, with all of the attempts that failed because they were centralized or whatever, they were really motivated by the Austrian school of thought. So when we find guys like Phil Zimmerman and Hal Finney, coming into the stage and Wei Dai and creating these technologies, you realize that they're motivated not just for the sake of creating something that has utility, but they're creating something that has a meaning and that has a purpose.
Right.
So when you research, pardon me?
And on that, what makes you love yourself? What makes you love it so much?
That itself, right? Because, like, the longest time in my life, I felt like, a life without purpose is meaningless. You know what I mean? And I think that it is proper that the only way that a person has meaning in their life and purpose in their life, that meaning, that purpose is attained by the degree of freedom that they have in their life, right? So, for example, someone that is in shackles and in chains, right? That person could have many desires in life. If they're in bondage, they can't move, they can't choose, they can't pursue meaning, they can't pursue their desires. So the more you give people freedom, the more they're able to pursue purpose in their life, pursue their purpose, right? And then in turn, they would have more meaning in their life. Come again? Yes?
And on top of the fact that without this freedom that we're missing these days, we're not seeing any innovation. There's no new things coming out. People feel locked down. I normally give the example of like stores. Like somebody has a great idea to make a different type of food, but is scared to open up a shop because of all the regulations. I used to own a bakery. I mean, we closed down because of all the regulations. They would come in, they'd give us a ticket for a girl not having a hat on. They'd give us a ticket for a fly in the air. They'd give us a ticket for the paper towels not being underneath the sink. If they were on top of the sink, you get a ticket for that. I mean, and any mom and pop shop, anybody that wants to open up a new business and wants to do something great, they can't. All these regulations are just stifling them from being free and giving other people joy on top of it.
Right on. I mean, I'm sorry you went through that, but that is something that I see pretty much everyone in the world going through to one degree or another, right? It's pretty sad.
Not only that,
corporations are immune to this. They paid a ticket. They don't give a damn. Before.
Not only that, I mean, there's also shit where, for example, the stock market, right? There's shit that the average Joe literally cannot invest in. Only the big players can invest in because they think people are stupid and they don't want people to invest in shit that will be successful.
So I love, yeah, and that's true too, man. I wanted to get into Filecoin ICO, but I couldn't. I guess I wasn't rich enough to do that.
It's not even that. Like with the U.S. and stuff, they made it illegal for a lot of things to put your money into, including ICOs for a lot of them. So the government just basically says, we don't trust you to use your money wisely, so let us manage it.
I don't even recognize the word legal. I don't know where it came from. So, that's me, dude. I'm totally, I'm an anarchist to the bone, bro. I don't even recognize titles, libertarian, Republican. Don't tell me what I am, all right? I know what I am. I'm free. And I don't care what labels they put on top of it. I don't vote. I don't want to be involved in this game, this charade that was started before I was born. All I want to know is leave me the hell alone. If I don't know you, leave me alone. That's it. That's all I want to know. Don't bother me.
Right. So, as you guys know, to answer your question, like, Jeff Berwick, started being very loud and waking a lot of people up. Everything that you're referring to, right? And Jeff and I have been friends for quite a while, and in 2013 we were going to start the Bitcoin Vigilante, but I went off to I went off to try to take crypto to Wall Street. It was a bad idea because you're dealing with a bunch of statists, and I learned the hard way.
Nick did that.
Yeah, it's so then I told myself, you know what, I'm always just going to work with libertarians, anarchists, people that understand the importance of being a decent human being. Like, honestly, anarcho-capitalism to me is just the pursuit of living a decent life. Honestly, that's really what it is. Because if someone's going to screw you over, they're going to screw you over whether you have papers, filed with some legal jurisdiction or not. See what I'm saying? If someone's going to screw you over, they're going to screw you over no matter what. So someone that is a voluntarist understands that if they're going to enter into business with someone else, their word is their bond. And the free market has this very beautiful thing that we're now experiencing in crypto, which is called shunning, right? Like in the Wild West. This guy screws people over. He let people know that, hey, be careful with that guy. He screws people over, right? So, would you do business with Mark Karpelès? I don't think so. I wouldn't. So that's kind of like what I like about the free market and what technology is enabling right now. And so when Jeff, again, we came back to the conversation again around 2017. Hey, what about this Bitcoin Vigilante idea that we have? Like, well, it's grown, so if we're going to do it, we're going to call it the Crypto Vigilante. And then at the time I was anonymous, and I didn't want to be public.
Right.
Like, I did not want to be public
for a while. It disappeared for a while, and then it came back, right? A few months. At some point, he announced that the Crypto Vigilante is coming back. That's when I signed up.
Oh, really? Yeah. So it's been hard for me to be public because obviously, your OPSEC is sacred, and that's something that I've beefed up my OPSEC in other ways, but someone had to do the job.
Exactly.
And someone had to put themselves out there, and I saw Jeff as I admire him for doing what he's done, putting himself out there and helping so many people out. I'm like, dude, no one else, because I'm looking, he's actually asking me, he's like, Raph, help me find someone, and I'm looking for someone to do the job because I don't want to do it. And he's like, well, go visit this guy, tell me what you think about him. I'm like, all right, I meet up with that guy, and I'm like, no, this is not the guy, he's a noob, he doesn't know. Meet another guy, no, that's not the guy. And so Jeff, I feel like Jeff is like, I realize, Jeff is asking me, find a dude that does what he knows I can do. It was just like, you know what, Jeff, I'll do it. He's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, man, let's just do this. And so I did it. And so I told myself, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring the baddest dudes into space. Oh, the baddest dude that I know, and definitely not going to dox him ever, is Mr. X. And he previously he was known by other names in crypto, but yeah, he's I admire a lot because he's also like Jeff. He's purpose driven. You have to understand that guys like Jeff and Mr. X, they don't have to do this, right? A lot of these crypto G's don't have to do this. They do this because they see a higher calling. They feel like, if I don't do this, no one else is doing it, and humanity is going into the jaws of tyranny. And since no one else is doing this, well, I'm just going to grab my balls and do it. So that's what these guys and I admire that so much. So I'm like, you know what? I'm definitely going to step up and help these guys out. And that's what I've been doing. I didn't have to do this. I did this kind of for the same reasons because I was inspired by Jeff. So doing this, and I think that there's really nothing to fear because because what protects you. See, everyone's very people think that OPSEC is the one thing that protects you, but you have to understand that OPSEC does protect you, but there's also something else in the market that protects you, and that's you giving people value. If you're able to give people value in the market, that will protect you. You see what I mean?
Yep.
So it's the market is it's a two-sided. It cuts both ways, right?
Right.
So
me and Drake do the same for Pirate. What you're doing. Oh, nobody wants to dox themselves, but you know what? I'm already a radio host of over 250 shows over the last 5 years, and I interview whoever I want when I want. I don't give anybody any certain dates. If I find something cool, you'll hear from me. Other than that, you may not hear from me for months. So
I made the decision to go be public, basically be the public face to Pirate because it needs to happen. Somebody needs to do it. So I figured, why not? I'll step up and handle that side and take that risk. So
thank
you for doing that.
Someone's got to do it, right?
Yep.
So, have you ever been scammed in crypto, bro?
Have I ever been scammed? Yeah, I have. It was the stupidest fucking scam ever. It wasn't a scam. It was just social engineering. Pretended to be a friend of mine in need, and I send them a couple coin, give him a hand. And next thing you know, right before I send it, the real person pops up and says, "Yo, careful! They're impersonating me." I'm like, "Oh shit! I just sent them the coin." But it's whatever, man. I mean, honestly, I told the guy, "Dude, you needed the money, man. If you're doing this, you need the money. God bless. Go on your way. Like you don't think." I told the guy, "You don't think that you're like stealing the money from me, bro. Like use it and put it to good use. You know what I'm saying? You needed the money. If this is the way you're doing it, then it's because you really need it. There's not that much money, but whatever."
It's like a rite of passage in crypto at this point.
Yeah, if you haven't been scammed yet, you're still a virgin.
Yeah, it's funny. But the funny thing is that like it's stupidest way of getting scammed. It's like they get you in the stupidest way. You're so careful in all the other ways and all the techie ways, but when it comes, it's like when it's this in the stupidest way. So it just goes to show you that there's no reason to live in fear, man. Honestly, it's it's BS.
And now that's what happens. People come to this space, they get hacked, they get scammed for the first time, and they don't want to look at it anymore. But like Drake said, it's like a rite of passage, man. It happens to everybody here, and we just move on, and we take it as a lesson learned for next time.
And it's okay. I mean, it's okay. It just makes me laugh.
So you work at TGV, man. What
TCV, yeah.
But what kind of services do you offer? I know I signed up, and me personally, I think it's really cheap for a whole year with the updates that you guys give out and second opinions. Because I normally don't trust. I normally don't trust.
No other newsletter does what we do. That's the thing, man. Is that like, look, Burke, man, he has such a big heart. Like, the more so the guys that have worked with Jeff Berwick in the past have always commented, man, he has a big heart. He has a big heart. And now I know, I'm beginning to understand more and more what that means. Like, the guy has a big heart, man. So, if you look at like people, what normal, like a normal newsletter charges a year is like $2,500 or plus.
Mm-hmm.
And we charge a very small fraction of that.
So it's 3,000. It should be 3,000 and above for this type of service. I mean,
shit. And then that's the thing, man, is that Jeff doesn't want it to be something elitist because cryptocurrency is for the people. It's for the people that have been screwed over. So you need to make it affordable. And I agree with him. So and it makes more sense because the more people get informed, the more the cryptocurrency space grows. It makes total sense. The more the cryptocurrency space grows. Okay, so it's a technical analysis and fundamental analysis on all cryptocurrencies. What we do mostly is that we identify. We keep things simple for people, and we emphasize fundamental analysis a lot. Now we're doing technical analysis almost daily. So yeah, it's on top of that we help people with operational security. So this is something that no other newsletter does, right? I mean, if you're into crypto, we talked about getting scammed. Well, you have to know how to take care of that. You have to know how to take care of yourself in the minimal way possible, right? In the minimum way possible, right? So yes, at the beginning, we've been covering kind of like the lowest common denominator in privacy and OPSEC. Now we're moving it up because I think everyone that's with us is at the point where they've kind of like graduated and they're like, okay, we get how to be a little bit more secure online. So we're stepping it up. And we know that next time when we do a big marketing campaign, there's going to be a new class of people coming in. And then we're going to have to kind of go back to like very elemental things. And there's going to be very advanced people that are going to be like, whoa, so it's always teeter-tottering between feeding those who are really advanced, like crypto OGs, and people that are just coming in. I've helped old ladies set up their wallets because they've been, I don't know how to do this. So I'm like, you know what? It's going to take me 30 minutes to get on the phone with her, help her out, and I'll just do that. Like, this is how you do it. And, thank you so much. And, and it's sad because a lot of people come to us and they've been scammed millions of dollars in crypto space. It's sad. I can tell you guys some stories. It's mind-boggling. So you have something so precious like cryptocurrency, right? That's the reason why we do it, because crypto's so precious. And then there's these assholes out there that just pervert it for some quick gains. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
I lost 30 Bitcoins, so don't worry. I know. I lost 30 Bitcoins, bro, and I still hurts inside thinking about it. To a shitcoin that still looks like it's existing, but I call it the long con. Where they say they're still working on it, but nothing ever comes to fruition. So you got to worry about the long cons too. People say
the very long ones, the 18-month ones.
Yeah, this is going on 3.5 years. They're still working on it.
Which one? Which long con?
Atmos, ATMOS. It's a token on EOS. I purchased over 3 years ago, bro, and they're like, oh yeah, we're working on it. We're still working on it, And then at some point, I came to realization this is just bullshit.
Yeah, they're scammers, dude. A lot of scammers, and that's the thing. So, what do we do, right? At the Crypto Vigilante, we give people. We're like, okay, guys, look, this is educationally speaking. This is what we find to be fundamentally sound cryptocurrencies for this reason. We break it down. It's fundamentally sound for this reason. This one's fundamentally sound for these reasons. This one is maybe not as fundamentally sound as that other one, but it's still fundamentally sound for these reasons, and it has these merits for these reasons. So we break that down so people can have like a good footing into crypto and they have a firm foundation, right? Again, we emphasize Austrian monetary theory. So the cryptocurrencies that we recommend are monetarily sound. It's just crypto's constantly changing. There's constantly new things happening, so we have to keep people not just updated on it, but give them a very thorough analysis of what's going on.
There's a lot of people right now. They feel that they missed the train, and guess what? That's the feeling all the time, right? I mean, at 1,000, you felt like you missed the train. At 3,000, you felt like you missed the train. At 5 and 10, you still felt like you. So at 19,000, do you feel that people are missing the train?
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, because So BTC is where it's at. A lot of it has to do with branding recognition, in my opinion, because the big BTC that we have now is not the BTC that we had before the August 21st fork of 2017. That was a bit different coin. Now we're dealing with a different monster that, given economic pressure, we don't know how it's going to completely react, how it's going to react. Like right now, when we had the bull run, we've been having this bull run, a lot of big BTC maximals are complaining exchanges. So imagine being the owner of a bakery and having someone complain to you that the floor is not wide enough for their crippled grandpa. That's the way I see it, right? So they're complaining to exchanges that the exchanges are not doing their job as they're supposed to in transacting BTC. Well, I would ask them to reconsider where the issue is, because other cryptocurrencies don't have this problem. Why is it that BTC has these problems, right? Whatever, I mean, they think they're the exception to the rule and they want to be treated differently by exchanges and by businesses. Well, okay. Let's see how long that lasts, right? Let's see how long that lasts. I don't know.
Well, I got into Bitcoin. I was working at a Fortune 30 company called AmerisourceBergen. I was a network engineer there. And I started, I ended up finding myself on the street, right? And I was collecting that, $900 paycheck. And at some point I found this Satoshi white paper and I'm like, this is it. This is how I'm going to fight the government, right? And then I started buying Bitcoin like crazy. People made fun of me. They criticized me. At the job, they criticized me too. And at some point, I put it all in. I started buying mining equipment. People told me I'm nuts. Even my own brother pulled me to the side. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm doing what I do, man. You do you, and I'll do me, right?" So the dream was that it was going to be an untraceable, decentralized coin, right? But over time, what's happened? Now we got the cipher trace and all this money going into investigating where all the money's going. Funny enough, they're using your tax money to investigate you.
So true.
So give us your money so we can find out where your money's going.
Yeah.
and the dream kind of died for me with Bitcoin when that started happening big time. So then I was looking for more privacy solutions. I found Monero. I was big on Monero for a long time, long time. And then 2 years ago, House introduces me to Pirate, right? And I was already in Komodo at the time. I was working with them, and when I saw Pirate and I learned that you can't trace anything, absolutely 100%. I was like, here's another Monero. This is amazing, and I just jumped in with 2 feet, and I've been working in it ever since. So the privacy is one of the most important things, and maybe you could clarify the differences between fungibility of coins for us, so people understand why privacy is important.
Right. So if you cannot, if one unit of account is not interchangeable for another unit of account, then you no longer have a medium of exchange that has utility. It's as simple as that. Because now anyone can come up to you and say, well, I can't take that from you. Whereas if you had $1 bills, a $10 bill is always a $10 bill. An ounce of gold is always an ounce of gold anywhere in the world. Cryptocurrency, the problem is that if you're working with a surveillance coin, it's on a transparent ledger like the BTC blockchain, you find yourself holding not just the coin itself, the unit of account, but you're actually holding all of the historical owners of wallets that have owned this coin in your ownership of the coin. You're also holding the whole history of transactions of this unit of account itself. And so if you take this coin to an exchange or you use it somewhere, anywhere, they can tell you that that coin was tainted because back then it was used for something illicit somewhere in the world. Now it's even worse. Like the Paxos exchange is a prime example of following people after they purchase coin from their exchange, and if they change and they move that BTC, for example, to a Wasabi wallet that has coin joining options, that exchange will flag you as someone who's suspicious. So not only is the taintedness and the lack of fungibility something that you should worry about regarding the past, but it's now to the point where the lack of fungibility will follow you into the future. So this is like a pre-crime type stuff, like that movie with Tom Cruise. It's Minority Report. It's really weird. So
they're creating a list, like the no-fly list. Now you're on the list, the crypto watch list, where they're watching you.
It's horrible. It's horrible. So if you want sound money, you should be seeking privacy. And Monero has been the bullmark of that. Has been the most sound cryptocurrency, to the point that I would call a privacy coin a real cryptocurrency. All the other coins, I don't know if you've seen in the reports, we're starting to call them surveillance coins.
Uh-huh.
We don't even call them cryptocurrencies anymore. I mean, we obviously everyone else calls them cryptocurrencies, but language is very important. So
I always tell people there's only two coins that I believe in. It's Monero and it's Pirate. There's only two coins for me. If it's traceable, it's just not for me.
But it's no longer a cryptocurrency because its function as currency has been damaged, right? So if you lose fungibility, which is a fundamental aspect of money, you lose its functionality as currency. So if you're a financial house or hearing this, or if you're someone that manages a lot of money for other people or for yourself, know that the way you set up your portfolio is your secret sauce, just like Coca-Cola has its secret sauce, right? So imagine if anyone in the world could look into your secret sauce where you put your money. That's what you're doing with a surveillance coin. You're inviting financial voyeurism at all times. So no high net worth portfolio will be based on surveillance coins in the future. That would be really stupid, because no financial advisor would do that unless they incorporated some sort of privacy within their surveillance coin. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep. And also even cash has serial numbers on it. So those could be by the banks. Those are all recorded everywhere. So that's not even fungible. Cash itself is not fungible. Gold is fungible because if it's something bad happens, if something illicit happened with that piece of gold a long time ago, you could smelt it down, you could reshape that baby, and gold is gold, no matter what it's worth.
Even gold sometimes, because there's so much dependence on authority, gold is stamped and certified as this is legit gold, and so even that and it's marked, the serial number too, right? Like bars of gold, right? Or even that in itself, to a certain degree, is not as fungible as something like Pirate Chain.
Yep.
So we're talking about.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
What's the question?
It's totally separate from this. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, you guys are sitting on. Wow, I'm speechless. And what's even more mind-boggling to me is that the vast majority of crypto has not discovered Pirate Chain.
They don't understand. I don't think they don't understand what's going on. That's the problem. They think they're investing in cryptocurrency. They think their token on their DeFi is going to do amazing. But it's all being traced and tracked. I mean, they got your number.
One of the biggest things is that a lot of people think, well, I don't need privacy until something happens.
No, I think a lot of people think that
That's weird. I don't need privacy
ensures
until I don't need a gun until something happens. Am I gonna go buy the gun when the guy comes into my house? Like, that makes no sense.
You can call the police, man. Don't worry, they'll be late.
They'll be minutes away, right? Yeah, it's crazy. It's yeah.
Hold on.
What's your thoughts on all this? Oh, good.
No, I said that a lot of people, I mean, it's quite right what has been said before about the fact that, Bitcoin started. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, bro.
Yep.
Okay, so Bitcoin started.
What's the question? I'm sorry, I might have missed the question there.
No, it was based on what you were saying before about Bitcoin being, being
I barely hear what you're
traceable.
saying. I'm sorry.
It might be on your end, Raph. I could hear him. Can you hear me, Raph?
I can hear you perfectly. Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. So what I was trying
You
to
seem
say.
kind of distant. Is that Jeff?
No.
No, that's Dreamton. He's one of the marketing guys here.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, sorry.
What was the question you asked?
He was commenting on something you said.
Just hold on, silence.
Great.
Silence for a minute. Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, I was just trying to say that basically, Bitcoin has this fame of being private. This very, very initial thing that, it is the coin that is...
said that I disconnected and reconnected and that Discord has issues. You can hear me, right, Lutz?
Yeah, I could hear you. If you want, just disconnect real quick and reconnect, because that happens to me, and I have to do that regularly.
Have you guys used Jitsi before? Like Jitsi? All right.
No, not yet.
All right,
Yeah, Tim, just type it.
Yeah, just type it. You know what? I could hear you fine, man. Just type it. You sound good. And we right above this chat, Raph, we got the people who don't really talk or they're anonymous, so they'll type what they want to say most of the time. You could hear me, right, Raph?
guys, can you hear me?
Oh, there he is.
Yes,
I can hear you.
Tim said, I was just saying that the initial frame for Bitcoin, or fame of Bitcoin, is of privacy and as a freedom tool, not as an enslavement mechanism.
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree with you. And that's the reason I got into crypto. So, yeah, it's really bizarre that. So yeah, let's talk about that, right? The BTC privacy war that's about to happen, right? A lot of BTC people are right now like freaking out because they're realizing that their dream of privacy on BTC is dying. A lot of these institutional money is coming in, like this Saylor guy, Michael Saylor from Micro Strategy. He's saying, well, Bitcoin cannot be private, blah, blah, blah. Well, obviously it can't be private right now. For it to be private, it takes a lot of effort for the regular person. And so any future change of Bitcoin, of BTC to become private is kind of something that is getting a lot of pushback.
Yeah, it is, and that's why we got to make it easier for people to keep it private, which is why I came out with the pirate operating system idea. So that people could just boot up. They'll already be on VPN. They'll already be going through Tor after that, and they'll have somewhat of a privacy that they did not have before. So that's one of the goals, is to make it easier to stay private. So on top of pirate being private, we have other mechanisms to make it even more private. But. That's a little far away right now, but we do have Ghost Ship, which is on Tor, and as soon as you boot it, you're safe without having to worry much.
Awesome.
So tell me, you see all this DeFi craziness going on right now? I mean, what's your thoughts on this DeFi? Because a lot of people are getting the rug pulled from underneath them.
Well, it's just I mean, DeFi, properly speaking, is everything in crypto, right? Decentralized finance. Yeah. Bitcoin is decentralized finance, properly speaking. Monero is decentralized finance. The fact that they're trying to disintermediate financial services is a great idea, and it's something that we should applaud. And so I think with anything that's new and that it has a lot of buzzwords, you should be very careful. So at the Crypto Vigilante, we started a DeFi watch list. You know, we're looking at it's a watch list. It's not part of what we think is a good portfolio. But it's a watch list. We're keeping an eye on them. And the watch list came out last week. And we see projects that have potential.
Okay. Utility. So I do believe that it could be tracked and traced if there's utility to it, and you know that it's not private. If it just has utility like coupons and stuff, like if you have a utility for a certain function for your certain technology or coin, then yeah, there's purpose. I can see it having a purpose and some value for that.
Yeah, but if it remains the main field,
DeFi has a place in crypto. A lot of what you see, obviously, everyone here knows that it's just a lot of hype with the buzzword. But there are some gems there, and this could have a lot of good applications in the future. We're just seeing the first iterations of it. So, for example, like you said, a wrapped R token will more likely be a very good thing for people that are looking for privacy in DeFi, right? So it's
Yep. It'll allow them to offload into pirate and be private once again.
Well, the cool thing is that you'll be able to unwrap and rewrap. So basically, it'll look like your war disappears from your Ethereum address and reappears to their address.
That's pretty cool.
So let's get back to it. So there's a lot of DeFi coins out there. How do you recommend people going about finding coins with real potential? Because who has the time to research 100,000 coins, right?
Join the Crypto Vigilante. That's my answer.
That's actually a good answer. That's why I joined. It's hard to research them all. What would you say? What variables would you say are trust factors for you? Like for me, if I just see a white paper, that's just not enough, right? Like what variables should they be showing you, in order to start trusting any of these projects?
I mean, over the top. I'm just skimming through the things we go through. Make sure that there's not an insta-mine, a pre-mine. Make sure that it was a fair launch. Make sure that there's a cap on the coin emission. Make sure that there's if there's not a cap, or at least why is there not a cap, and is there a good reason for there not to be a cap? Make sure that it is not something that is centrally controlled. Make sure that it is something that is competitive, where competition is allowed within the chain, whether it be via market, via competition via market forces, where you're actually competing in the market, or competing like miners compete with one another, or it may be another type of competition or meritocracy, like the false ethos, which you find in Pirate Chain or Monero, right? So competition is good. Meritocracy is good, right? It's and there's various ways of achieving a meritocracy, because that's always something that makes the project better. We look at the different incentive structures within a cryptocurrency, and how that affects the crypto governance that is being proposed. There's a lot of things. Again, join the Crypto Vigilante.
Awesome. And moving on a sidestep, just to get to know you a little better. What's your feelings on vaccinations and what's going on with this COVID shit?
I think people need to stand up. I think a lot of people are just going to keep acquiescing to tyranny until they're in front of a firing squad, and even yet, then they're still going to be following orders. Hopefully, that they're not going to shoot them. That's the way I see most people. They're just going to acquiesce. Where is the line? Where is the line where you, as an individual, say no more? Right. Where is the line?
I'm just not going to take this anymore, right?
Where is that line? Exactly. Where is that line? Right? Where is that line? Because we can say that the vaccines is not the line, and maybe something else is the line. Taking your guns is the line. There's always going to be, if you know something about abusive relationships, you would know that people that have never been involved in an abusive relationship are not aware of the fact that the abuser will keep pushing. So it's like a dog that gets slapped for the first time by someone that abuses him. The dog will just look at him and be like, "What the fuck, bro? Why did he hit me?" Like, just you'd be mind blown. Like, what happened, bro? You okay? What? Oh, is everything cool? You just hit me, man. What's up? Like, or not even that. Like, what happened, man? Well, that's weird, right? But then the abuse keeps happening. It comes to the point where you find yourself in a very, very bad situation. And I think the entire planet is finding themselves in a very, very bad situation. And I think we're at the point where a lot of people right now are having a rude awakening to what everyone here listening to this already knows, that they are in an abusive relationship with government. So people are having a rude awakening right now, and it's not just, I'm just realizing something. No, dude, you're not just realizing something. You're going through the recovery of trauma because you've trauma bonded with your abuser through 12 years of public school indoctrination. And you're just now realizing that, holy shit, I'm in an abusive relationship. I need to get out. So that's where most people are at right now. The hardest part is accepting that they're in an abusive relationship. That's the hardest part. And that's where people are right now. And they're just being mind fucked left and right. They just, and you're going to see that a lot of people, we're going to see the economy collapse. We're going to see all this shit happen. We're going to see hyperinflation of the dollar, more than likely in our lifetime, probably sooner than later. And people are going to be, because they've been indoctrinated so bad by government that they're going to want more government. That's what's going to happen. And that's scary. But it's real, and it's going to happen. A lot of people are going to want more government because they've been indoctrinated to believe that government is the solution. So, if we saw right after the fall of the we've seen it over and over again, right? That whenever there is when the central banksters finally crash the economy and there's hyperinflation of the currency, you have a big tyrant come in, right? You've seen this everywhere. This is like the story, right? In the past century, right? So that's how that's been the standard. So we could see that. So right now, what we have to do is just embrace this counter economy and grow it as much as possible. So if there's any way I can help you guys, at the pirate ship, take Pirate Chain to the next level, let us know, because we know what Pirate Chain is about, and we're throwing our hat in the ring with you guys because we know how valuable it is, what you're doing. So yeah, it's kind of like do or die time. This is it, man. It's game time, guys. So we're here. If you guys need anything, we're here, and I'm pretty sure you guys realize that you guys found the home within the Crypto Vigilante and the Dollar Vigilante. Just Jeff Berwick the other day just tweeted R. That's all I'm going to say, So biggest entity in the world, but we're there, So let's just keep pushing.
Yeah, and that's what I do every single day, man. I try to keep pushing every way I can. Do you guys accept Pirate for your subscription?
We're working on that. Literally grabbing company. Yeah, we're working on that right now, actually.
Pirate Pay, man.
That's how it's successful too. That people band together.
Thank you. Yeah, we're working on that. So like the best of money is the money that allows you to cooperate best with other people. And with anyone, right? There shouldn't be like a purity test, like for using money, right? Like money is supposed to be something universal as the best medium of exchange, right? So that's why fungibility is so important, because there's not that like, is your coin tainted or is it not tainted, right? And beyond that, there shouldn't be any like fear of, that comes from tribalism of like, that guy is that or this guy is that. No, dude, it's, human beings have a need, and they have a need for a sound medium of exchange. So when you have sound money, you have to realize that there is no more any need to fight ideology. And one thing that I would encourage everyone listening is to see everyone in the world as your potential clients, even Trump, even anyone in the government. Everyone is your potential client. Start thinking like an entrepreneur, right? Because there's a ton of communists in China, and they all walk around with smartphones, right? Capitalism took over, right? There's a bunch of like Muslims in the world that don't like the West, but yet they espouse capitalism. They still walk around with smartphones, right? So I think it's very, very important to not just see things from the anarchist perspective, but also it's important to see things from a capitalist perspective, in that everyone out there is your potential client, right? And that there shouldn't be a purity test as to for who uses or who's part of this club. No, everyone's a potential client. Everyone's a potential client.
And we like to think that way too. Everybody needs privacy. Everybody's a potential client for privacy technology, and we really appreciate everything you've been doing for us, man. I love you guys for that. Mostly because we don't have any marketing here in Pirate. We're a fair launch coin. We got nobody. We have some angel investors that donate. But other than that, we don't really have any dev fees, right? So it's hard for us to do any type of real marketing that you have to pay for. So we do what we do for free, right? Social medias, articles, blog, right? We do that kind of stuff, and we spread it as much as we can. But we don't do marketing like you would see these DeFi projects do it, where they put like $200,000. Down on AdWords or something, and they get thousands of people involved, and then they scam them. I really appreciate.
You're very welcome, man. You're very welcome, and we're not doing any charity here. The fact is that what you guys are working on is incredible, right? And you guys are mostly an undiscovered project, and we're just very lucky and grateful. I've discovered you guys so early before the rest, and it's okay. We know that profit seeking in capitalism is a lonely road. So a lot of times as a capitalist, when you're seeking profit, you're going to find yourself realizing things before the rest of the market. So the fact that we discovered you guys before the rest of crypto, I think I'm like, man, that's great. That's awesome. It means that we're doing our job. And it means that we are serving our subscribers, with the best information possible. Like that 72-page. I mean, I'm a co-author in it, but honestly, I have to give Mr. X the bulk of the credit there. He just went in. He tore it up. So if you guys want, I can put the I can give you. I'll send you the. Have you seen it? You know what I'm talking about? What they did. The 3 hour long analysis. That was hilarious.
Oh,
I haven't seen that. Can you share that?
Yeah, share that, bro.
Yeah, it's great. You guys can pass that around. It's one of our subscribers. I don't think he's part of the pirate ship. He's just an independent dude somewhere in the world, right? I think in Europe somewhere. And he grabbed what we wrote and he just went through it, and commented on it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll find it for you and I'll give it to you. And then when we're done, you can pass it around the pirate ship and you guys can talk about it. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, right? So, and it's like, information gets out whether we like it or not. So any information that we give our subscribers is for our subscribers to do as they please with it. Right? We're not like the cross guards of information.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
What do you mean? It wasn't you. No, it was someone else. I don't know who it was. But...
it was. So
no, whoever it was, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Once we put out information, the market naturally diffuses information. That's just the way network effects work. You know what I'm saying? Like
it was
information just flows.
It was an amazing article. The only thing that they kept saying was the trusted setup, right? So, but Halo 2 should be fixing that soon. So soon there'll be no issues with Pirate. I can't wait for not to have to debate about a trusted setup again. But I'm glad you came today, brother. I'm really happy you came.
Thank you for having me.
We're going on an hour.
I hope to see you tomorrow.
Yes, I will see you tomorrow on your show. Should be awesome. Yeah, is that video? Do I got to shave?
Video.
Okay, I got to shave.
You got to shave? Yeah, it's video. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to go video if you're a private person. You just put in some little emoji or something.
I normally do radio because it's comfortable. I don't really do video, but we could do video. That's
awesome. Yeah, that'd be great. I was actually set up here for video for you guys, but I guess we didn't do video, so whatever.
I only do radio, bro. CryptoRadio.live is me. I've been doing that for like 5 years.
Nice.
So yeah, and it's comfortable for me. I could still be in my morning pajamas and do a show.
That sounds very comfortable.
Have my coffee, all bearded. But yeah, so any links you could give us to the Crypto Vigilante? I'll put a link also for the guys here to subscribe.
Thank you.
Guys,
if they want, yeah, cryptovigilante.io. Cryptovigilante.io. We do a lot of technical. Actually, if you can tell from your experience, we like Pirate Chain so much that we do a lot of analysis on Pirate Chain. Oh, and let me break this down, guys. The guy that does our technical analysis is, like, in my opinion, Mr. X's opinion, is the most badass TA guy in the world. And so there was this outfit for the first to start charting Bitcoin on the Bitcoin Talk forums, and it was called Bull Bear Analytics. You can still go to their website, bullbearanalytics.com. Guess what? They don't exist anymore. And their most badass dude is now part of the Crypto Vigilante family, and that's Mr. W. And Mr. W does technical analysis on Pirate Chain all the time. Did he not put one out today? I mean, it's almost like we get almost every day we have technical analysis. So yeah, so if you want to get technical analysis from the best dude in the world, in my opinion, then go for it. CryptoVigilante.io.
Yeah, and I made a special link also. I'm a marketing SEO guy, so there's a special link in the chat for that, guys, to subscribe. There's also, when you go to the site, if you're new to crypto, guys, there's manuals. They teach you how to buy crypto and buy Bitcoin using methods that you are not aware of. I learned a lot from those books you got in there and guides. So there's a lot of resources in there, not just these the market updates and stuff. And also there's a great economy that they have in their social media. So I'm on their Telegram. These guys are awesome guys. They're great guys in there. So and they have a Facebook too, but we don't use that too much.
Nobody uses that.
Yeah,
it's funny. We tell people don't go there, and they go there. It's funny. I don't know.
Well, during my marketing, marketing for us is just really reposting everything, whatever's free. So I just throw things there every once in a while.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming on today, man. I love you, brother, and I hope to be working more with you soon. And
thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for your time, guys. I really appreciate being here.
Thanks for coming on.
Hey, you guys have any questions? I probably should have asked that before.
Yeah, I got time. You guys can shoot some questions if you want.
If you guys want to ask him some questions, go for it. Now's the time.
Can you hear me?
I could hear you.
I'll just pour myself one more shot.
Nice. Raph, can you hear Dream Tim when he talks? Talk, Dream Tim.
No, I can't.
You can't.
I'm only hearing you.
Oh, shit.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
All good?
So, basically, can somebody ask Rafael?
And I'll repeat it.
I mean, there are things in... There are things in DeFi right now which are like...
I like Jitsi more, guys. Just letting you know.
There's things in DeFi like exotic derivatives. What do they think over Dollar Vigilante about those parts of DeFi?
There's parts of DeFi that are dollar derivatives. What do people in Vigilante think about that?
Exotic derivatives.
It's exotic derivatives.
What do you mean by exotic delivery? What do you mean by that? Like yield farming? Is that what you're talking about? Like,
you know, he's typing it, bro. Look in the weekly chat, the weekly meeting chat right above the channel. He's typing it for you. It's weird that you can't hear him. I hear him so clearly.
I can't hear him.
That's weird. That's the government. They're censoring.
Discord is not private.
Huh? Jitsi, right? You said Jitsi's the way to go?
Jitsi, I like Jitsi a lot. Yeah. Jitsi is like a Skype, like a Zoom. I like that a lot. So what's the question? Exotic derivatives are part of the system that caused a crash in 2008. What do you think about that side of DeFi? Let people play. Let people play with them. Let people play with the market. I mean, that's what this is all about, right? I'm very Hayekian about my approach to crypto, and I think we should experiment, right? We should take this technology and experiment with it. So yeah, let people experiment. So some people will hit the nail on the head and do things right. Some people are scammers, and some people will, do things wrong, and they'll learn from it and they'll waste their time and money. Let them play with it. So what we do is that anything that's hip and new at the Crypto Vigilante, we don't completely jump into it head first like everyone else. We take our time. We really research it. And if it's something that is good, we'll let you know, hey, this is solid. This is very solid. Like Queen Jane told me about Pirate Chain at the MoneroCon conference in Denver, Colorado at the Casa de Monero. Shout out to Queen Jane. You're awesome. It took me a year of research to show my crew, like, guys, this is it. And then Mr. X came in and he just took that to the next level. And you see the 72-page treatise that was written right out of it. So yeah, when we put our name behind something, it's because it's the real deal, and so that's why we put our name behind Pirate Chain. A lot of the criticism that we got for going so hard behind Pirate Chain, and we're still gonna, honestly, guys, I think we're gonna go harder. It's because it's has such a low market cap, but dude, it just means that we realized something that the rest of the market didn't.
I was in a Zcash meeting yesterday, dude, and I said, listen, like, guys, so we're the way we work, and I said we're a sister coin of yours, and the way we work is we have all transparent addresses and sampling only implementation of zk-SNARKs, and they looked, dude, if you saw their face, they were like, we wish we could do that.
Yeah, I've been to meetups with Zcash people, and it's like I'm talking to a bunch of corporate people. There's like this Asian chick there, and I'm asking her questions, and she's like, I have no idea. They were like a corporation. You have to understand Zcash is very compromised. If you research like who's behind the names behind the Zcash company, whatever,
right,
dude, it's a lot of sketchy names. I think we wrote about that. Actually, no, we gave a talk about this. Did you guys know we had the Dollar Vigilante, the TDV Summit, the Dollar Vigilante Summit about a week ago? And I gave a whole talk on Pirate Chain. Did you guys know that to a bunch of investors? I don't know if you guys know that.
I heard about it because I'm in the group.
Wait, what?
Well, if you guys go on TDV, you guys can buy and see. You guys can buy the TDV Summit package and watch all of our presentations. But yeah, my presentation was pretty much on Pirate Chain. It was on Monero and Pirate Chain. And yeah, it was for a bunch of investors. So
all right, pirates, go pirate it.
Go pirate it. Go torrent it. You can't stop information.
Well, you know, it really is a great write-up, and you know, it's really great resources. You know, we don't have too many people that do that here. You know, do what I do and do what Drake does, and you know, do what Dreamtime does. So, you know, we try to encourage everybody to join in and participate. Right? There's really no rules here, right? It's a community coin. So participate. You know, even if you got little skills, you know, there's a lot everybody could do if they want to. So, you know, grab yourself a bag of pirate. You know, get some skin in the game, and if you're a marketer, market. You know, and if you're a metal welder, you know, build something cool. Make it.
Somebody in the chat said pirate thus far is inevitable. I agree with that person. That was the KGB.
Yeah, be careful.
The KGB of R.
Yep.
Gotta be careful with the KGB. The KGB is right. He got a thumbs up by someone. 2 thumbs up now. He's got 2 pirate ships. Yeah, so yeah, he's right. And then Arises has a question. So we'll wait on his question. But definitely, guys, I think at this moment, all we got to do is just move this bad boy into existence and just keep working hard, because it's already there, and I just can't believe like how undervalued Monero is. Like to this day, I'm still like what? We're still at 120. And now we have Pirate Chain, and we're like at, and then Pirate, we're at like what, 17 cents. It's like, what? I'm just blown away.
Monero. Because everyone's selling Monero for Pirate, bro.
Hey, Ralph,
I'm not selling, so you better not ask me for my pirate.
Hey, what's your perspective on Mimble
boy?
Oh, he said, "What's your perspective on Mimble Wimble?"
I mean, it's lighter, and it's dude. It allows people to do, from what I understand, it allows people to do things that makes the cryptocurrency more nimble. But it's not as robust in privacy as you would want it to be. So, like Pirate Chain has superior technology by far.
Oh, you heard it there, son.
By far.
Mimble Wimble's a little cuckoo. You see what I did there?
Well, it's kind of like Mimble Wimble reminds me of something of what like Aeon is trying to be, right? Like something very light, right? Something that you can like. It's nimble. You can do a lot with it, but it's not as private as Monero. You see what I mean?
What exchanges do you recommend? By the way, I've been recommending Polarity to everybody just because it's non-custodial.
But doesn't it also require, like, if you read the fine print, it says like there's like some Turkish reason, some from Turkey, that they require KYC or something like that?
I don't know. There's no KYC, man. I use it just fine. I haven't been asked for anything.
You wrote a lot about Pirate. We have the links in there.
Well,
so yeah, I mean, Polarity. You may know more about it. Maybe I'm wrong, guys. Lutz, but we like Trade Ogre. We really like that. We really like the fact that Bitcoin.com allows you to. We like Bitcoin.com, and we like the fact that Bitcoin.com is in their exchange is allowing you to, to buy pirate. I think that's a great thing.
Okay. Polarity's new. You probably don't know about it. It came after your report.
No way, dude. Really?
Yeah, a couple of months ago. So
now you're gonna have me look at this, man. Really?
Yeah,
no way.
Polarity.
My report? Polarity. No, not my report. I'm talking about what we just published in November, like this past month. Yeah. We just published it.
Look into it.
We just published it.
It's a non-custodial exchange. The only thing that's not safe is the fact that it's a gateway, right? It has a gateway, a centralized gateway, but
it would be centralized gateway.
Polarity. All right, so check this out. This is what I'm telling you guys. Check this out. It says, I'm reading you the terms of use of Polarity right now. And it says, terms and conditions.
I assure you there's no KYC, man.
The terms of use appear to state that they, a limited company registered in the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, require KYC AML.
Where do you see that?
I'll put it in the chat.
I'm reading it right now.
I think there is a limit, yeah.
I'll put it in the chat. Give me a second, guys. Now, where's this chat? Encouraging people to experiment with Polarity, but with small amounts. And that's what we told people in the last report. Okay? Because we saw this on the terms of use that we're like, again, it says, this is what we said. I'm quoting our own newsletters. We said, however, we recommend being careful with this particular exchange. Polarity Exchange claims to be decentralized, but their website's terms of use appear to state that they, a limited company registered in the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, require KYC AML.
So there's a difference in what you're saying than what we're saying. The difference between it being a decentralized exchange while still being registered as a business, right? It's a registered business itself in Cyprus, Turkey. It is a hybrid decentralized exchange, DEX. The users do not KYC.
Are you hearing him, Raf?
I'm hearing you now. I'm hearing you. Yeah.
Basically what he said was, for one, he works for Polarity, and he's basically saying the user is not required for KYC, AML, or anything of that sort.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thank you for letting us know. I'll definitely let the team know what's up. Appreciate that.
Yeah, because there's several reasons why we're pushing Polarity and like several other exchanges. Mainly because the last time we had like most of our volume on one exchange and that exchange got hacked, they fucked everything up big time for us because people lost confidence because of that exchange. So what we're trying to do is spread liquidity throughout all of the exchanges that we really trust, Polarity being one of them, and it's a safer option than Ogre, for example, right? Now, the key thing with that, too, is that it's way faster in the sense that your deposits take minutes, not an hour or two, and withdrawals work every time. And withdrawals are just as fast.
And it's not
awesome. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, is that came from the partnership that we originally had with Total Network, and which one of the members spawned Polarity from. And, they're a BPSA member and shit like that, so it's good shit.
Awesome. Thank you guys for letting us know. And, yeah, when we, Thank you for telling us that. I think if they're more explicit about that, that'd be, if you could let them know to be more explicit about what you just said, that'd be best. That they don't require KYC AML, because that, it's just any little red flag that we see, we have to take it serious, because we have people that are not as thorough in the research. And
yeah, because essentially,
as one of the engineers, I can tell you we do not collect any user data. There's nothing to report.
Hello?
To you, and
yeah, we never told anyone not to use Polarity. We just told them to, start experimenting with it.
But there's
with
definitely
small
no
amounts.
KYC in any process. Now, the gateway process is the part where there is a KYC done for gateway owners.
Guys, I can't hear you.
Network.
Yeah, for some reason he can't hear.
Yeah, so I'll just repeat what he said. So basically, for the gateways, like the gateway operators, there's the KYC for that, like to run a gateway. But for the users who trade, there is no KYC AML. And the cool thing is that there's there's two types of accounts you can use. You can use an anonymous account where you just create a seed phrase, load that in, and you're good to go. And then there's an actual login you can use that gives you more features like on-chain 2FA and stuff like that. And all you have to provide is basically an email address.
It's one of the more sophisticated security mechanisms for storing keys that exist right now.
Yeah, so, I mean, like I said, we're trying to spread out liquidity to several different exchanges just in case an exchange gets hacked, because we've been fucked by that before, so.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I promote it only because it's non-custodial. Exchange gets hacked, you still got your coins, and that's what that's what I worry about the most. We've been hacked twice already, and it really put us in a slump for a long time. So
yeah, they're actually they're encouraging someone to try and hack one of their accounts in the exchange, because like they said, if you can hack this, you deserve this money that's in there. Because that's how sophisticated their shit is.
I really like what Rothbard says. Anyone named Rothbard I listen to, he says they're covering their asses. What up, Rothbard? I thank you guys for the clarification. And let's start playing with Polarity.
Awesome. Sounds good, man. I thank you for coming here today. And once again, I think we're done with questions at this point.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming, man, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much for having me, Lutz. Thank you very much, Tim. Pirate Ship. Queen Jane, I know you're listening. Love you. Thank you so much for telling me about Pirate Chain during the MoneroCon conference at Casa de Monero. We got guess what, guys? We're having an Anarchapulco this year, first week of March. So if you want to have a good time, come down to Anarchapulco. All right, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be incredible. It's gonna be the most anarchist Anarchapulco ever. So don't miss out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to make it this year or next year.
Yo, I'll be there, man.
Anarchapulco.com, guys. Anarchapulco.com. Fuck this bullshit. Live your life. Be free. Go out in nature. Because it's only if you don't take back your freedom, it's only gonna get worse, guys. This is just the beginning. If you don't stand up for yourself, this is only gonna get worse. So go to Anarchapulco.com and we're gonna throw some badass parties. Queen Jane, you better be there. Everybody in the pirate ship, love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep coming hard. Lutz, invite me back whenever you want me to come back. I'll even pull Mr. X in here. You guys can talk to him, or Mr. W, or even Jeff. I don't know if he wants to, but I'll pull him in.
Awesome.
This ship going. It's time to take off. Ocean is yours.
It's time to educate.
Let's do this. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this.
Awesome. 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 Awesome.